Here we are. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new DTI Takeover show. For those of you who are just tuning in, it is your girl, Miss Kayla. I am here on behalf of my co-host G Sweets and Silas the Third. Welcome. As always, we do have another special guest for you today. I'm gonna bring her in. We are from DC.
Yep, from
We
DC.
are from DC. I have Miss Kimberly Holmes. She
Mhm.
is the host of the Black American Cares podcast. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. Can't complain. Trying to stay warm up here.
hmm
How's the weather out there?
It was fabulous today. It was
Is it?
yeah, it was in the 70s today, and I was only out there for a midget of a time.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to get too spoiled, you know.
Right,
I
right.
don't want to get out there and get happy until the weather finally breaks. But it
I
was
understand.
mhm,
70?
70. Where are you? Where are you located?
We're in Detroit, Michigan. So
Oh,
we just had a snowstorm. We
oh,
didn't had an ice storm. We didn't had it
oh,
all. It's
yeah.
cold. So I'm
I'm
jealous.
Yeah, it was nice today. I think it's gonna get cold again Thursday, so don't get too jealous because
Right. So
we
Miss
not there yet.
so Miss Kimberly, go ahead, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, like I just said, I'm from DC. Um, I Where do I start? That's such a loaded question. Tell you about me. Um, I I work for the federal government, like most people in DC do.
Okay.
I started out as a secretary, transitioned into IT, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the importance of people getting into IT, especially us Black folks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Mm-hmm.
money. It's a lot of money. Um, the work it can be hard, but it's any if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
Um, and I just like helping people. I'm also an author, and as you mentioned, I'm a podcast host. I'm in the process now of taking the book that I wrote and turning it into a script because I want it to be a movie.
Okay.
I'm excited about that. I think that's going to happen. So you all look for my movie on what BT, Her, or Lifetime, or one of those
Mm-hmm.
production channels. I'm looking forward to that, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I got a lot going on. I also have a not just a podcast, but a nonprofit.
Okay.
So actually the podcast came out of the nonprofit.
Out of the nonprofit.
Yeah.
So is the nonprofit Black America Cares as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So Black America Cares was started because there was a time when I was really, really struggling, really
Mm-hmm.
having a really difficult time financially. Single mother, raising two kids, and but I always worked. I always had a job. I couldn't. I don't see how people be on welfare. I can't do it. It's not enough money for me, right? So
Right.
I got a job, and again working in the federal government. And then it was one time when I ran into some financial problems,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't pay my electricity bill. And
Mm.
so it was only like $200, which is not a lot, but it's a lot when you don't have it. And
Right.
so I went around to different places, different agencies, and what have you. And everybody told me no. They were like, no, we can't help you because you work. And so, to make a long story short, my electricity was interrupted.
Mm.
Me and my kids were sitting in the dark for 2 weeks until I got my next pay.
Mm.
Um, and so I always said, when I get out of this situation, I'm going to become the help that I needed. And so that's where Black America's Care started. So
Mm.
we assist people here in the DC area. I would like to be able to branch out all over the country, to be honest.
Okay.
But because of funding, because of money, um, we can't help everybody.
Right.
So I just limited to the DMV area.
Okay.
If you need assistance with rent, if you need assistance with utilities, I like to try to help people. Let's say you need some money for gas to get to
Mm-hmm.
school and to work until your next pay. I'll try to help with that. Try to assist people with if you don't have a car, you need a bus token or bus pass or what, I don't know what they call it anymore.
Mhm.
You need money to put on a bus card or whatever. We assist with that. All everything like that to just try to help people that's in between paychecks. And I
Mhm.
don't care who you are. Just about everybody runs into those scenarios.
Right. That's
So,
true.
hmm so that was started to assist with that, and
Okay.
it's doing pretty good. I mean, as always with most nonprofits, everything is money, right? And as you
Right.
can imagine, being in a pandemic, uh,
Mm.
everybody was just having a hard time.
I believe it.
Yeah, so right now, a lot of it is just dependent upon money. If we have the money available,
Mhm.
we can help. We, typically don't pay the whole bill, but if
Right.
sometimes it's easy if you got a $200 bill and we pay 100 of it. It's
Mhm.
easier to get $100 than it is to get $200.
That's true.
So,
Right.
we look at those types of scenarios, and then we don't give anybody cash, so don't nobody come at me asking me for no money,
Asking for no money.
because you're not gonna get it. Money will go directly to whatever your
Okay.
need is, right? So we would pay the electric company directly, or we would
Directly.
pay,
Got you.
yeah, we would pay the landlord directly and things like that.
Got you. That makes sense.
Hmm.
So taking that and birthing the podcast, what are you discussing on the podcast?
So the podcast is, again, that came out of the organization.
Right.
So being a name like Black America Cares, that's broad.
Right.
People's like, okay, y'all care, what y'all care
What you
about?
care about? Yep.
So I was getting all kind of calls for requests for all kinds of help, you know, and I don't like turning people away. So instead of just saying no, I would say, well, let me see if I can find somebody that's working with that particular issue and I'll get back to you. So, in my research of trying to find people that needed assistance with certain things, I would come across all of these amazing nonprofit organizations. And so, my thing was, well, if I never heard of this, these people probably never heard of it either.
Right.
So let me do what I can to try to give leaders and founders of nonprofit organizations that are, I pick nonprofit organizations that are founded by Black people
Mhm.
and that primarily serve Black people, because we're
Mhm.
the ones who need the help. And again, all of that falls in line with Black America Cares, right?
Right.
And so I started reaching out to the nonprofit organizations that I was coming across, and I would interview them, and that would give them an opportunity to tell what they do, to tell
Mhm.
how they're serving the community.
Mhm.
It's a two, maybe threefold thing, because the community gets to find out about the services that are out there.
Mhm.
Organization gets to tell about the services and what they're doing out there so that they can be found.
Right.
Everybody just they get help. So, and I also try to discuss when I'm talking to the nonprofit founder things pertaining to running a nonprofit too. So there's that sector also. So people can, somebody's thinking, well, maybe I may want to start a nonprofit. What do I do?
Mhm.
So throw in those types of questions too. What are your challenges, and what would you do differently and things like that. And it's awesome. So far, I was just checking my numbers today. I'm
Mhm.
heard all over the country.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's only maybe, last time I checked, maybe 5 or 6 states that hadn't uh, downloaded a version of it. And I'm
Okay.
also heard in Brazil, Portugal, Africa, Canada, Russia, Ireland. Um, we have some people in Malaysia, Spain,
Wow.
the UK, all over the world. And I'm shocked because I'm like, I don't speak those languages. How they,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
How are
But
people
they
all over
listening.
the world? They listening. They're listening. So, and I like that too, because it's also giving the opportunity to let the world know that we are not the stereotype that they like to portray.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
do love each other. We do
Yep.
help each other. We do have organizations. We do care about the killings in our communities. There's a
Hmm.
lot of different organizations out here that Black people are in charge of
Right.
helping our community. So all of that stuff that they like to show on TV
Hmm.
is not true. And I like to put emphasis on that as well. So that's what the podcast is all about. And I'm so excited. I love it.
So, who are some of the people or some of the resources that you've come across during
Um,
the podcast?
oh my goodness. First of all, any and everything that people need help with,
Hmm.
it's out there. It's out there. There's an organization that I interviewed with a lady, and forgive me because I can't remember all of the locations.
Hmm.
If they go to the blackamericacares.org webpage,
Hmm.
there's a link to all of the podcasts. You can go back and listen.
Okay.
But there is a situation that I never would have thought of. And when I say it, unless it's happened to you, you never would have thought of it either.
Right.
They support women who have been sexually abused,
Hmm.
became impregnated,
Mm.
and kept the baby.
Really? So that's their focus.
That's their focus. So
Wow.
they are a nonprofit that supports women in that situation. I talked to one of the guys out of Chicago. His name is T.O. Hardiman. Some people may have heard of him. He, I think his name, his organization is called Violence Interrupters. And
Okay.
so we talked about, you know how they always got Chicago on the news, Detroit
Hmm.
always
Hmm.
talk about all of the killings and all this other kind of stuff. And so, Brother Tio, I wanted to know what's really up with that, and why isn't the city doing more to
Right.
work with these grassroots organizations who can get out there in the midst of these guys and their beefs and kind of break some of that stuff up.
Right.
And so he broke that down, which was really interesting. I like that. It's a lot more to it
I
than
I,
people
I can
think.
imagine. Hmm.
Yeah. So that was an interesting one. Um, Gosh, I could go on and on. I talked to one lady. She started an organization. She's out of Atlanta,
Okay.
and her organization has raised uh, over $4 million.
Wow.
And so, of course, I want to know, well, how you get
Right.
$4 million, you know? So she talks about that. She talks about how we can take the nonprofit and make it a profitable agency.
Okay.
So that is on there. And again, you name it,
It's
it's
on there.
yeah. And so far, my most listened to episode was about this guy that I interviewed. The name of his organization is called Finding Fathers, and it's about Black fathers who have
Mm-mm.
children. And I guess the curiosity is, again, they say all of this stuff about Black men and fatherhood.
Yes.
So we debunk all of that, and
Yes.
so I guess people are curious about hearing that. And then I'm getting ready to do one. As a matter of fact, when I finish talking to you tonight, I have to go on and I have to edit it. This one is about Black male teachers. This guy is a Black male teacher.
Hmm.
He started an organization to support Black men who are teachers or who want to be teachers.
Okay.
So it's
Well, that's different for sure.
yeah, that's going to be good. I mean, not going to be. It is good because I already did the interview. So I can't wait to put that one out.
And that, and it's crazy because I've never, and I'm, well out of school, but I've never had a black teacher.
Really, wow. Especially Black male.
A black male teacher, not at all.
I remember I had one Black. I think he was Black. He looked Black. He might not have been all the way. I don't know if that.
He had it in him.
Yeah, I mean, at least I thought he was Black anyway. But no, but these brothers are, black, like
Got you.
unmistakably black men. And they talk
Wow.
about the importance of having black men as teachers and how our kids, especially our boys, they
Mm-hmm.
need to see that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just so much. And I'm getting ready to do a podcast with a gentleman. He is running for the Senate, I believe,
Okay.
in South Carolina.
Okay.
And his big concern, his biggest concern, his major concern is reparations for black people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you this brother goes in, I mean, I was watching some of his interviews and stuff, and I said, it's, it's not exactly a nonprofit, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I need to change the show to things that concern black people or something. I don't know.
Things that concern black people.
Yeah, or something. I don't know, but I did change it to black nonprofits and black businesses because I've also added that element to it because there are so many amazing black-owned businesses out here, and so
Absolutely.
I would like for them to also have a platform to share
Absolutely.
about their business, share about their services and their location because we got to keep this money in our community.
Absolutely.
And so I just had my first episode with a black business about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And this brother, phenomenal, he's in the DMV. His,
Okay.
his mom started a transportation service.
Okay.
And so he took over the business. He said when he took over, it was only $3,000 left in the account.
Mm.
But he was able to take that money and do whatever needed to be done to make the business flourish. And now they're set to make about 1 million this year.
Wow.
And then I love the service because they help, like, for example, my mother, she's in her 80s.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like to drive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He lives on the other side of town, so I don't want to be going all the way over there all the time to
Right.
take her to the store and all that type of stuff. Well, his business, they help people like that.
Wow.
And it's different from Uber because they will take you to the store, wait for you to do whatever you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure you get back home.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
So now, are all of your where can we catch these episodes of your podcast?
Well, like I said, they're on all podcast platforms, so you can
Okay.
if you just type in Black America Kids when you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for it, you can listen to it on Apple, iTunes. You can hear it on Google. You can hear it on Pandora, on Audible, iHeartRadio.
Okay.
They're on the website, blackamericakids.org. Everywhere and anywhere. I mean, and that's obvious because anytime people in Brazil are picking it up,
Exactly.
you can get it anywhere.
Anywhere.
But if you have Spotify, you can hear it
Mm-hmm.
on Spotify. For people that has an Apple iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
get it on iTunes. And for people who may have an Android or Android, you can just go to Google Podcasts, and you can find.
And you can find it.
Hmm.
Okay. Now you wanted to discuss IT,
Yes, yes. So
the
again,
importance of that.
so when people were coming to me or to us, to our organization, asking for assistance,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know, what are you going to do 30 days from now?
Hmm.
If you're in this same situation, you know, how are you going to change that so that you won't be short again 30 days from now, 60 days from now, whatever? What was it that caused this temporary financial crisis? And 9 times out of 10, it's because, which was my problem at the time,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't making enough money.
Mm.
You just don't. And cost of living, I don't care where you are, it's very expensive.
Yes, ma'am.
Rent is expensive.
Yes, ma'am.
We got car note, gas, all of that. So I transitioned from being a secretary into IT.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing but God because I didn't qualify. I never went to school for computers or any of that stuff,
Right.
but they liked the work that I did, and I want people to hear me carefully. I was a hard worker. I was consistent. I was on time. I was a good employee, and people noticed that. You
They
know,
do. That's true.
they noticed that. So one of the ladies who I was a secretary for came to me, and she said, "Kim, I have this position. I think it would be good for you." And I was intimidated. I was like, "I don't think I could do that. I never did that before." She said, "No, we'll train you." So her secretary said, "Kim, come here. Let me show you how much money you'll be making."
Mm.
When she showed me
You
those
saw that
numbers,
number? You said, okay, I learned.
I learned I'll get it.
Hmm.
So I did. And since then, my salary has gone up 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
So because I saw what a career in IT did for me,
Hmm.
like, okay, I need to get this for my people too. And so I've been researching and doing everything I can to find out how I can get IT training to Black America Cares.
Okay.
Most most IT training, and IT stands for information technology.
Hmm.
Most IT, um, you can learn enough to get an entry level job in about a year. It doesn't take long.
Mm.
And so I'm y'all just don't know. I'm working so hard to try to bring this into fruition. And I want to get people laptops. I want to get them hotspots so they can have internet access,
Hmm.
everything that they need to be able to get the necessary training. So with IT, most of the time, all you got to do is get your foot in the door. You get your foot in the door and you off and running. I don't care what organization or agency you work for.
Hmm.
Everybody has their own kind of unique way of doing what they do. And
Right.
as
Right.
long as you understand the basics of computers and the
Hmm.
basics of what you'll learn in our classes,
Hmm.
I said you can go ahead and get a job. Once you get there, they'll train you. Because when I got to my job, they had to train me. Even the people with degrees, we got to train them to
Hmm.
do to know how to do what we do.
Right.
And you can just go from there.
Right. Because you all have your own system that
Exactly.
you have that they have to learn as well.
Hmm.
How important is it for you think for us Black America to learn
Critical.
IT?
It's critical. It's almost no, I'm not going to say almost. It is a necessity because when you think about it, everything now pretty much you need a computer for.
Hmm.
A lot of people are trying to do stuff on their smartphone,
Hmm.
but the reality is it's some stuff that you're not going to be able to do on your smartphone.
Right.
You need access to a laptop and you need to know the basics of how to use this. This is a mouse
Yep.
right here. You got to know how to use a laptop. You got to know how to log on. If you want to have a bank account, if you want to apply for like a driver's license, all of that type
Hmm.
of stuff, everything pretty much you need a computer for. So it is critical that you at least learn the basics. But if you can take it a step further and learn enough to be employed by doing that, that's a game changer.
Mm.
The average IT job, the entry level starts at anywhere from 55,000 a year. And you can easily go from 55,000 to 120 to even upwards of 200,000 a year.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
significant. And
That
then,
is significant.
after you learn the IT stuff, we want to teach you financial literacy because now that you're getting this money, we don't want you
You
to
gonna
go
do
give all your money back to Gucci.
right. What
Don't
you do with it?
Yeah, don't go and buy a Benz right away. Get a cute little car, get a house. After you get your house, then maybe you can play a little bit. But get
Right.
some property.
Right.
The money in retirement. We got to change the way we doing this stuff. Get your credit straight, all of that. So those is the different things that Black America Cares is going to be doing going forward. The name of the IT part is called Back Tech, and we have a Facebook page, BAC hyphen TECH. It stands for
Okay.
Black America Cares Technology Training.
Okay.
And it's one we have a Facebook group page, a Twitter page, and also an Instagram page.
Okay.
And so yeah, you can go on there. And I don't do too much right now because we haven't fully established yet.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm anybody that want to help assist us, help our community, please call me. Again, I need laptops, and I don't want no junk.
Right.
I don't want no junk. I don't want your old raggedy, dusty laptop
Your desktop.
that don't work no more, and you just want to. No, I don't
Yeah.
want that, because these are people that are going to be learning, and they need good, decent equipment that they can learn on. So yeah, we need laptops right now because of COVID. More than likely, we'll have to do everything virtual,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of prefer that because I don't want to be limited to just this area.
Right.
I like to be able to teach people all over.
Right.
So, um, man, if I could just get somebody like Tyler Perry to just shoot me about
Okay.
45 million,
Okay.
because it's so much work to be done,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
ain't nobody coming to save us. We have to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's that's what's going on with that. And
Okay. And it's crazy that you say, because especially if we haven't learned anything from this pandemic, everything now is done online.
everything.
Everything it is required to have a laptop for
Hmm.
sure,
Hmm.
and you gotta know how to work it.
Yep.
We're learning, especially in doing these our radio shows. Being an online radio station,
Hmm.
it is imperative that we learn how to work these devices.
Yep. Yep.
It's how we operate our whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so, who we
Yeah.
I definitely tip my hat off to you, because I've always see, like, when I used to apply for jobs, IT positions open, but I never apply for them because I'm like, well, I don't really know, because I'm thinking it's way more technical
No. And
than
that's
what
what a
it
lot of
is.
people think. Now it is technical, don't get me wrong, right?
Right.
But you can learn it. You can learn every day. Like right now, we are in the process of automating a lot of, well, it was already automated, but they're making it even more simpler.
Mhm.
So what used to take us 45 minutes to an hour to do
Mhm.
now take us about 15 to 20 minutes to do.
Wow.
And I'm still making money. And the most wonderful part of this thing, I work from home.
Mm.
I was working from home before the pandemic.
Mm.
So for those of you like my sisters, you working in Walmart, you working in restaurants, you
Mhm.
working in these places, retail stores, and you
Mhm.
gotta be away from your kids, and you gotta be trying to find a babysitter, and you in
Mhm.
like Detroit and it's freezing outside, and you gotta be trying. Mm-mm. You can be right at home, and I'm not saying you're not gonna work, because you're gonna be working. You're gonna be on a computer, but at least you can set up a situation where your kids are over there in that part of the house,
Right.
in their homework or whatever, and
Right.
right here, you at home and you working. It's less wear and tear on my car. You see what I got on? A t-shirt.
Yep. Yep.
You know? Sometime I ain't gonna lie, I work in my pajamas.
Mhm.
Because I ain't gotta go nowhere. Go
Right.
downstairs, fix a cup of coffee. I'm
Mhm.
at work. Get on the computer. That's it.
And that's it.
And and because of this pandemic, the majority of jobs are remote.
They are remote now.
And if you go on my Backtech page on Facebook,
Mhm.
I just posted, this girl is listing different job positions in IT. All of them 120,000 a year.
Is that entry level?
No, that's not entry level.
Okay.
But again, entry level, I think she has some entry level on there too. I have to go back. She says she's adding to her list every day. So
Okay.
it's a Google Docs form and it's constantly growing. But like I said, entry level can typically start around 55 to 60,000 a year, which is still decent
I'm
money.
about to say that's still a decent for
Hmm.
entry level. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So I am I'm doing everything I can to get money, whether it be through grants or whether it's through donations or
Okay.
however. I like to be able to get really good instructors
Okay.
that's going to be kind of hands on and really teaching people, because I don't want you just skipping through the class just so you get a piece of paper and you can say you qualify. I want you to really understand and know. So I'm gonna make it happen. I'm determined. I want to have at least starting out 25 people a year go through this program.
25 a year.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
don't want the class is too big, because I want to be able to have personalized one-on-one if
Yep.
need teaching. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't want it to be too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so with the 25, is that gonna be nationwide? Is that the virtual or is that gonna be
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how can people donate to Black America Cares? How can people be a part of Black America Cares?
Mm-hmm. They can go to our website, Black America Cares, and wait a minute, got me excited now. BlackAmericaCares.org.
Mm-hmm.
That's the website, and that will lead you to everything. We also have a Twitter page, Black America Cares, um, on Twitter. We have a Facebook page, Black America Cares, and then we have a Black America Cares group page. And on the group page, I primarily use that to just highlight good things happening in our community. Or if I come across something like a nice webinar that another organization is doing, we'll post it there. Or food drives and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. All that type of information is in the group page. Um, and then, like I said, we have the Black America Cares tech page. That's just basically about the IT stuff.
Okay.
And then the Twitter tech page, that's just all IT stuff.
Okay.
Then I have, girl, I got so many daggone pages. Then there's the podcast page.
Okay.
I have a podcast page on Instagram, a podcast page on Twitter, and a podcast page on Facebook
Okay.
and LinkedIn. Yep. So you can't if you just type in Black America Kids, you should
You're
be able.
gonna see something.
You're gonna see something,
And
and
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
lead you
lead
to everything else.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. But the other thing I wanted to say is I'm also looking for the Black America Cares nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for board members, and I'm looking for volunteers.
Okay.
So if anybody's out there listening, if you are really serious about helping your community, because I've heard, well, why you call it Black America Cares? Why can't it just be America Cares? And you get
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
type of energy. But I know what I'm doing. I know
Right.
what God told me to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I know who it's for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not racist.
Right.
Somebody said, "Well, I'm white. Can I help with Black America?" Yeah, you can, but don't think you're gonna come in here and run this show, because you're not.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I say that in a kind way. A lot of people, they like to come in and they like to try to take over your stuff, and then they
Mm-hmm.
try to claim it and say they did it.
That they did it. Yeah.
That ain't happening here. And this is no shade, but
Mm-hmm.
we all about us. We all about us.
It's who else it is?
Right. And somebody said, "Well, do you help white people?" I hear all of that stuff. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to turn you away if you white, but there's other organizations you can go to too, you know,
That's true.
where you might get better help than what we can do,
That's true. That's the truth.
you
For
know?
real.
So
That's the truth.
that's that answer. But yeah, I'm looking for board members, I'm looking for volunteers, and I need help. We can't do this stuff by ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Are you looking for board members strictly in the DMV area?
no, no, you can be from anywhere as long as you have a heart to serve people and you want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if somebody's listening to this and they have an organization and they need a board member, I'm all about swapping. I serve on your board, you serve on
You
my
serve
board,
mine.
and we help each other because that's what it's all about. So no, and basically what a board member would do, we need people to kind of help reach out to other organizations, and you know, we can form these partnerships because even though Black America Cares, you know, I mentioned about the financial literacy,
Mm-hmm.
we won't be doing that, but we can partner with an organization
That
that
does.
does. And
Mm-hmm.
so I want people on my team that can do that type of stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
can we? I found out about this organization and they willing to do this with you, because again, I can't be doing 50 million things by
Right.
myself.
Right.
So I really, really, really want some help. And if somebody's out of town, then I want to do something where we fly them into DC and we all get together and we do like a breakfast meeting or
Mm-hmm.
a lunch meeting, and
Mm-hmm.
we try to help with the accommodations and stuff like that, because it's just about unity and working together. I ain't trying to take advantage of nobody or use nobody or take nobody's money or run no
Mm-hmm.
scam or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about results and receipts.
Yes, ma'am.
So
That's it.
that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Well, Miss Kim, it has been a pleasure speaking with you today. You do have a lot going on, a lot of helpful resources. I want y'all to make sure y'all check out the Black America Cares podcast, join the group on Facebook, check out the organization itself. Definitely check out Back. Is it Back IT?
Back tech.
Back Tech.
Yes.
Back Tech.
BAC hyphen TECH.
Definitely check that out. We all need to learn something about these computers. We all need to get tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
It is imperative that we do. We're looking for board members to join, people to help donate your computers. Nothing raggedy. No, we need something where people can actually use that's going to work and that's going to get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And so we thank you once again for being on the show. Where can people donate the laptops to?
Um, it that's a good question. They can send them to. We have a PO box,
Okay,
so they can send them to that PO box.
is that
And
on your site?
yeah, mm-hmm,
Okay,
yep, that's on the site. And then there's a link also if they wanted to donate money, because we could also just use the money and go buy laptops. You know,
right.
um, there's a PayPal link on there, and there's also a donate button on our Facebook page. So
Okay.
if they're interested, and anybody who donates, we have some T-shirts that says Black America Cares,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to be able to donate a T-shirt if they donate money. Any donation that's $20 or more, you'll get a T-shirt.
Okay, but that's nice.
Yeah, because you it's all about giving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all about, I can't just take. I want to give, and you know, plus you'll be repping BAC, so
BAC. Gonna be everywhere. You already everywhere.
I am.
You already everywhere. So congratulations to you
Thank
for
you.
that for sure.
Mhm.
And if there's any way that Total Entertainment Radio can be of service to you, definitely let me know. I'm sure we come in contact with plenty of people with organizations everywhere as well.
Well,
So I'm definitely sure there's some way that we all can link up.
well, just being on here, I thank you for having me as a guest and allowing me to share what I do with the community. It really means a lot,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
yeah, you just never know who's listening and who's watching. So
That's true.
yeah,
That's true. Well, we thank you, Miss Kim. We will be. I'm gonna get with the team.
okay,
Because DC is definitely an area that we've been trying to get into anyway,
yeah, okay.
and so I'm sure we're gonna get together and we'll be in touch for
Good.
sure.
Sounds good. Looking
Well,
forward to
you
it.
enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye bye.
All right.